Good morning, dear listeners. Today we start a new episode of the Age Ontology podcast series based on my book, Age Ontology, and that it's a compendium of wisdom teachings pointing out the timelessness of all phenomena. And today we complete this section with the podcast about the role of a spiritual teacher, which is a very important topic. So basically, the longing for a spiritual or a wisdom teacher should be rooted in the longing for freedom, and eventually and ultimately even from the physical form of the teacher himself or herself. So it's also very important not to confuse the role of a spiritual teacher with the role of a close friend or a missed parent or a psychologist or a group support leader. For these matters, one should seek appropriate professional advice. The spiritual teacher's role is to indicate the way to complete liberation from grasping at an independent identity and the identities in phenomena, which result in liberation from the bondage of time and all suffering. Because such a wisdom teacher can indicate the pathless path to liberation is regarded as extremely important and essential in all the highest wisdom traditions of pure knowledge. And the spiritual teacher should have all the noble qualities of all-pervading love and compassion, and should not be interested in assembling a multitude of followers, especially if they are not interested in the complete liberation. So a spiritual wisdom teacher should especially not be interested in gaining anything from students, and most importantly, he or she should have been already liberated from the bondage of time, birth, death, and the three aspects of suffering of existence, which we already discussed previously. So since nobody is forced to follow or learn from a spiritual teacher, if one decides to do so, one should also accept the responsibility that comes from learning the spiritual wisdom teachings that lead to liberation. So regarding this topic, before choosing to follow a teacher, one should examine well the teachings proposed, the lineage of transmission, and the validity of the scriptures related to such teachings before deciding to follow a teacher. Then, if one has examined well and has decided to follow such teacher, in the rare case one finds the behavior of such teachers change, or one finds some important faults in the teacher's teachings and behavior, one should simply stop any engagement with such teacher, and feeling gratefulness for the teaching received, and search if necessary for another one. So, or just practice what one has learned. So this problem should not arise because one would have already examined well the teacher. So, and it's very, very rare that such teachers would follow suddenly. But in the rare case that this happened, then one should just stop and follow. Try to search for another teacher. So that's more or less the right attitude. Anyway, this is just a brief introduction to the role of a spiritual teacher, and more information is in the book. And just to conclude, I want to mention the final talks of a great teacher from the Hindu tradition, Nisgardatta Maharaj. And he said that his final talks said that no experience in the world can fascinate me. Now I'm no more interested in giving talks. When newcomers come, I ask them to go away. People come here to gain something and they lose everything. Whatever concepts you are now entertaining, either give them up or give me up. So that was his final talks, and of a great teacher from the Hindu Advaita Vedanta tradition. Okay, this concludes this topic. More information in the book. Thank you for listening.